Well, here we go. Video number 2, organic chemistry. Hope your head's not spinning too much from that first video. But once again we put this back up here. Now, this is what you need to memorize. You need to just go through and you need to memorize this. You know, meth is 1, eth is 2, pro is 3, bu is 4, and so forth. So you just need to know those. So let's draw a few molecules. Kind of get you where you're naming them, get you where you're drawing them. The test will have some naming. It'll have some where it gives you the name and asks you to draw the chemical, the structural formula. Okay. So once again, you know the structural formula is going to have the bonds, and the chemical formula. If I just say what's a chemical formula for something, it might be C4H10 or whatever. Okay. So once again, let's start out. Let's just draw methane. Okay. Let's just draw methane, and we're going to have stuff all over the board here. Okay. So what's methane? Well, meth is 1 carbon, okay? So there's our 1 carbon, and there's our 1 carbon, and here's our 4 bonds coming off of there, okay? So it's CH4. Now, let's look at this. I want to talk, I'm a chemist, okay? That's what I do. I'm a teacher, but I have my degree in chemistry. I don't have my degree in education. So I'm going to show you some chemistry things, and when you get out in the real world, you got to understand that a lot of things have changed through time. But remember, a chemist doesn't really want to just do a bunch of things that are mundane, just because if you're writing a formula, you got to write it fast. If you're taking observations, you got to write them quick. A chemist doesn't write incomplete sentences. A chemist doesn't write these long paragraphs. Okay. So what we do in chemistry is if we show a bond, okay, like I put a bond here, okay, and if nothing is bonded to that, then we know it's hydrogen, okay? And you'll see why we're going to do these real long hydrogen structures. So if anything else is bonded there, but you know it could be a lot of things. We can bond any single element, we can bond to that, depending on the Lewis dot structure, how many valence electrons we have. So, I mean, that could have been a fluorine or a chlorine or anything else, but if I don't put anything, then this structure right here, okay, is the same as saying this right here. Okay? All right, everybody follow me there? So I'm just saying that whenever I have show a bond and nothing's bonded to it, then that's a hydrogen. So you can do that if you use it correctly, but you got to remember that that's the only time that there's not something on there. So there's methane, CH4. Okay. Let's go down the row here a little bit, okay, and let's do ethane, okay. So ethane, all right, is 2 carbons. So are we done? Okay. Well, once again, this is ethane, E-T-H-A-N-E, okay. Ethane. So this ethane tells me, all right, how many bonds are there per carbon? 4. 4 bonds per carbon, okay. So I've got to go. So there's 1 right there making the double bond. So we have 3 more right there. Okay. Now, how did I know that? How did I know that? The reason I knew that is because, first of all, it told me ane, okay, it told me eth, 2 carbons, and then it told me ane that we're dealing with a single bond in the middle, which puts us single bonds all the way around. Now, once again, what's the combination? That would be a hydrogen, 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 hydrogen. So, if I ask you for the chemical formula for ethane, okay, it's C2. Okay, and how many H's? Well, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. C2, H6. All right, so that's ethane. Well, let's get down. Let's do hexane. Okay, let's do hexane. All right. So H-E-X-A-N-E, hexane. So once again, we know from looking at our prefixes there, our organic prefixes, and later on when you learn Latin and you learn a lot of different science and languages, it's easy. It's too bad everything's not in English, okay? If it was in English, we would call it 7 single, okay? Wouldn't that be nice? So, if you speak Latin, hexane is telling you 7 single. Well, if this was English, it would just say 7 single. So it's a matter of understanding what this is, all right? And so hexane, and why don't we speak the same, chemistry has to be spoken worldwide. So these are the prefixes everybody uses. We can't, as Americans, we would like to come in and say, yeah, we're changing that. Over here in this country, we're going to call that 7 single. Well, nobody would know what we're talking about. So hexane, okay, hex is 7 carbons. So let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I fulfilled the hex. I've got a single bond in each one. So now where are the hydrogens going to be? Well, I've got to make 4 bonds per carbon, okay? So you see why we don't have, see why as a chemist we don't really like to put the hydrogens on there? Because it's a lot quicker to just do this. 1 bond there, boom, 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 boom. Why they're in there? Because that carbon now has 4, collectively has 4, okay? Boom, 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 boom. Okay? See, now, if you grew up in my generation and you didn't have video games, then you have sound effects, okay? I mean, when I played with a car, it was okay, so for me it goes boom, boom, boom. For you, it's probably going to go chink, 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 video game, okay? All right, so hexane, it's a single bond, okay? Hex tells me 7. So now, what is the chemical formula for hexane? Well, there's only 2. If you notice, it's kind of interesting. There's only 2 main elements in here. When we say organic is carbon, we mean a lot of carbon. Carbon chains, carbon backbone. All right, so hexane equals, what is it? Well, C, we can count them, okay? So we know there's 7, okay, because that's the prefix. So we can look, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's C7. Okay, well let's see let's see how many hydrogens there are. Okay? So here we go. Hydrogens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Alright, we can make sure that's right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So once again, that's the chemical formula. That's the structural formula. Okay? And if we did decane, we would put 10 carbons out in a row, and we would make them all single bonds. Okay. All right. Now, let's move on. Okay. And make sure you're paying attention here. Okay. Make sure you're paying attention. All right. Let's stay with this. Let's stay with this hexane down below here. Okay. Now, I've got to look at this and I've got to say, okay, I've got to know how we're going to count these carbons. Because I've got to be able to tell you, and you've got to be able to know, we've got to be able to communicate on where we're attaching something to a carbon. Okay? Now, we're going to just simply number them like we read in the United States, left to right. Okay? So this is carbon number 1, okay? Carbon number 2, carbon number 3, and so forth. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we just number them, all right? So now, let's do an alkene. Okay, let's do an alkene. So what's an alkene? An alkene is a carbon-carbon double bond. Double. So now we got a double bond going on. Now, that doesn't mean, okay, so if we say hexene, it doesn't mean that they're all double bonds, okay? It doesn't mean that they're all double bonds. Instead, we have to tell the person who's talking. Remember, chemists aren't trying to trick anybody. Sometimes people are like, boy, chemistry's hard. No, chemistry's not hard. You just don't understand the chemical language. Chemistry's really easy. And organic, I'm not going to say organic is easy, but organic is not hard. It's just learning what it is that you need to know. Learning, that sounds kind of ironic, but it's learning the language of teaching chemistry. So hexene means double bond. So I have to tell you which carbons the double bond's on. So let's say that the double bond is here, okay? All right? Then it's after, okay? We name after, okay? So that would be what? It's after the second carbon, so that would be 2-hexene. Oh, cool. 2-hexene. So that's what I did. The second carbon has a double bond. Okay? The second carbon has a double bond. See, what is hex? Hex is 7. Okay? Ene. All right, what does ene mean? Ene means that there's a double bond. Now, can I have more than one double bond? Now let's go back though. We got to do something else, don't we? Anybody watching? What's wrong? Are we done? Is that a correct formula? No, that's wrong so far, because what did we do? How many bonds are attached to this carbon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, nope, got to give up a bond. Doesn't matter which one. Could be that one or that one. Okay? Could be that one or that one. Okay? Now, how many bonds does this carbon have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's not going to work. We could take that one or that one. We can't take this one because it keeps the chain going. All right? So let's say, let's go again. Could I have a double bond here? Could I have a double bond here? And the answer is, let's try it. Okay, let's try it. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could. Now what would we call this? That is off of the third carbon. So this would be, so if I wanted to write this, this would be 2, comma, meaning in addition to 2,3-hexene. Okay? All right. Now let's throw another one in just for practice here. Let's throw another one in. Let's say right here. Okay. So this carbon right here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I got to take this off. Okay. This carbon has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's take that one off. Once again, it doesn't matter, top or bottom. But now let's name this one. Okay. So let's pretend like we don't even know. Let's pretend like we don't even know. Let's pretend like we don't even know all this stuff yet. Okay. And we're given this on our test. And we said, okay, chemistry student, name this organic compound. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to count the carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so you're going to say, well, actually, really, you know what, I may even, I got ahead of myself. I added a carbon a while ago, didn't I? Did anybody pick up on that? I was talking about hexene, and I added a carbon to make an example. I hope you caught that. I hope you caught that, and I hope you're like, oh, wait a minute, is he making a mistake there? And teachers make a lot of mistakes, so it's your job to catch them, okay? All right, so let's name this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay? Well, what is 7? 7 is hep. 6 is hex, and I may have said it right a while ago, I don't know. Just thinking back, I'm thinking I might have said hexene when I added a carbon just to show you how that double bond works. So let's name this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What is it? It's hept. H-E-P-T. Okay, good. So that's hept. What does hept mean? Hept means 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, what is it? Are there single bonds? Yes. But are there double bonds? Yes. So we got enes. Heptene. Okay? Now, I have to tell you where the double bonds are at. The double bonds come after which carbons? 2, 3, and 6. So this is 2, 3, 6, hyphen heptene. Hey, you know what? I think I did say hexene a while ago. I hope you were on the ball. And if you weren't on the ball, no problem. That one didn't count, okay? But make sure as we name these, you've got it. So, see what we did? We counted the number of carbons, okay? We counted the number of carbons. We came in and we told where the double bonds were going to be at. Now, let's do another one, okay? Let's do another one, all right? We're going to take off the numbers because we're just naming them. We're just naming them from left to right. We'll show you just a little bit more of this after this. Now, so we have an alkane, we have an alkene. Now, what's a triple bond? Okay, what's a triple bond? Alkyne, Y-N-E. Carbon, carbon, triple bond. So now, I'm going to put up a name, okay? I'm going to put up a name, and we're going to write it, okay? And this kind of stuff you're going to get on your test. So let's do this. Let's go. Let's do known ein. Okay, known ein, and let's say 2. Let's make it simple. Let's say 2 dash known ein. Okay. So, what does known mean? If we look at our prefixes, I really think I used hex a while ago when I added a carbon on there to make it hep. But let's look at this. Okay, so known is 9. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where's the triple bond? There, I got the 9 covered under the known. Right there it is. Okay, all right. Now, we have a triple bond, okay, and this will be our last one on this video, okay. So after the second one, okay, we have a triple bond, all right. Now, I'm going to ask you, okay, how many bonds we have. How many bonds does this carbon have now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, do I put any lines here? No, I'm done, okay. All right. Well, let's wrap up with that, and that's your answer for what we'll come back in and finish this one on the next video. I think our video is about to run out.